The right to life should apply to all black men, whether on the street corners or in the classrooms or either in the workplace. Everybody should have the right to live their lives free of fear, and everyone should be treated with dignity and respect.
I can't lie, I almost cried when I seen the video of Tyree Nichols. And I can't lie, I never thought the time would come with constitutional killers. Next time that we should rise above. Another mama crying, another flying dove. Another brother dying, oh Lord. Another sad situation, oh God. I feel the pain inside my bones. It hit me hard, it got me feeling like my soul crying. And yeah, it's true, they say the good die young. First you hear and then you go. Another story, another song crying. But hold on, and I know you been holding that pain in for so long. Don't trip, it getting bout, they say no pain, no gain. Gotta stand tall and all weather, cause when it rains and storm, get an umbrella. Next time that we should rise above. Another mama crying, another flying dove. Another brother dying, oh Lord. Another sad situation, oh God.
I'm Kelvin Holmes, mother of Eric Holmes, murdered by a Clayton County cop back in November 2022. All I'm asking that is the law do their job while I try to survive. Eric Holmes, saying his name till the day I die. We won't stop.
Good evening, kings and queens. Thanks for joining us on your Friday night, Changing the Narrative. Eric Holmes update. I am joined tonight by our host, the beautiful, lovely Miss Kelvin Holmes. How you doing?
I am doing well, Meg. How are you?
I am doing good, ready to get this show on the road.
Yes, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yes, so tonight we are going to give an update on some important information about Tasha Mosley.
I'm sorry.
Nope, you're good. So we found out some information that there's been a history of misconduct and corruption in Clayton County starting back in 2010, 2011. I don't know if any of our Clayton County residents are on here, but if you've ever heard of Keith Martin, he is an attorney that is registered and bar associated in Georgia. He is also a civil rights litigator and does a lot of high profile cases, but works alongside these, big organizations. Just a little biography about him. He was the assistant district attorney, the municipal judge, state court judge, the solicitor for Clayton County, and that's 1988 to 2024 or 2004. President Clayton Bar Association, Vice Chairman, Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia, an instructor for Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia. He worked for the Police Academy. Now, the reason I'm saying all of this is because we have information dating back, a very long way of corruption in Clayton County. So to jump right into it, Mama, you want to spill your tea, honey?
I'm going to spill my tea.
Yes, girl.
So, spilling my tea. We've already spilled tea. You guys see the facts. You see this attorney that has this previous history within Clayton County that is defending cases in Clayton County, and Tasha Mosley is bringing the charges. Okay? I'm going to read to you guys a case. We have much information, plenty of information. So we're going to bit by bit it, but we have enough to keep us going. So let me read to you guys. Terry Jerome Lee, 40, of Conyers, was arrested January the 20th and charged with misdemeanor obstruction. Clayton County State Court Solicitor General Tasha Mosley dropped the case against Lee Wednesday, saying there was not enough probable cause to secure a conviction. So, listen, Tasha Mosley dropped the case against Lee Wednesday, saying there was not enough probable cause to secure a conviction. Lee's attorney, Keith Martin, said Thursday that he is grateful for Mosley's decision. Keith Martin, grateful for Mosley's decision, who he knows worked in the same Clayton County office with, know everyone in the building. So
They
the
probably went to lunch
attorney,
together.
everybody's together. The attorney, defense attorney, was the previous judge for Clayton County. Meg read you guys the list. Bring it back, Meg, please.
Yes,
Here it is.
ma'am.
Okay. Assistant
Assistant
District
District.
Attorney, 1981 to 1984. He was the state of Georgia Solicitor General of the Year. He was a prosecuting attorney counsel of Georgia. Just a few things. So this man is in Clayton County defending cases for criminals, including a couple police officers, and we have each one of those cases that he defended that Mosley was over. So
Right.
how can you defend cops? Now, this story about the Lee guy was different, but how can you defend cops for murdering someone in Clayton County, and you worked for Clayton County, and
Right.
the DA that's responsible for bringing these charges is your buddy?
Right.
And how did all of those cases go nowhere?
Exactly. And there was a situation that I was reading about, Mama, that had said that there was a police officer in Clayton County. There, I think it was, I forget where it was exactly. I believe it was Clayton County, that had raped a female inmate on her way to jail. And he was the attorney that represented them in that case.
And it wasn't Clayton County. You are correct, Meg. That's what you sent over to me. It was in Clayton County, and he was the defense attorney as well. And he was the attorney over a couple cases in which Tasha Mosley has dropped. And I'm looking at her, and it's almost like I'm getting goosebumps over my baby because I'm looking at this picture that you put of her, and all I can see is the smirk that she gave and giving me the same injustice that she has given to everyone. But I'm going to stand here, and it's like I'm going to talk to this picture, so I got some words for it. Lady, you will not determine my child's justice. You will not continue to get away with the things that you have gotten away with. And I'm going to stand here firm in making sure that you will be held accountable for your actions. You will get in trouble for the things that you have done, and understand that I'm standing up against you. So yes, you are guilty for covering up sex rings at the Rainbow House that happened to children. If you will cover up child molestation, what else you would do? Yes, you are guilty of providing lack of evidence to the grand jury in order to indict these cases. How do we know? Because you have a history of it, lady, including several cases of police officers that have walked. So I get to talk to her, and that feels so good because she just don't know what is coming her way for the wrong she has done. We're going to get this picture up off the screen, though, because she got me. Baby, she got me somewhere right about now. She really does, because I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the same crook that lied to me. I'm looking down to see some of the things that she did. I can't look at that. And if you look at that picture and that smile, it's almost like you see that demon coming through her. Like, I'm not going to do it. And I know it wasn't just done to Eric. It was done to everyone else. We have a history of you, lady.
Right. Patterns of inconsistencies, patterns of showing lack of evidence for high profile cases or any cases that she has, quote unquote, friends with in Clayton County. These people, sadly, the attorneys go to lunch, dinner, breakfast, with each other. And there's, obviously a lot of corruption. Our goal and hope with this podcast, along with the information provided, is to have the Department of Justice open a civil rights investigation into Clayton County Police Department, into the district attorney's office. Again, that is our hope. It's not just to talk, on the district attorney, but it's to highlight the corruption that's going on within this office.
It is. And this guy right here, Keith Martin. And like I say, I want to say, I don't have anything against officials and people in authority, and I understand that everyone has their job. As a job they have to do. And I understand not everyone is corrupt. I'm hoping that it's someone out there in these positions that are doing the correct thing. So let me say that first. But this man on the stream, Keith Martin, has represented several officers in Clayton County. Tasha Mosley was over those cases. Those officers too walked. And you ask yourself, how can this man that has all of this knowledge of a county, all of these things he have done within this county, how can He come back within a county with all this experience and come over here to his buddy and let her try a case. You got to ask yourself how people. And like I said, I got this picture back up, but it does something to me because I now see the scandal. You get what I'm saying? You see it, and all of them are part of just this fake thing, and they just sit back. And if it does not matter to us people, it will never matter. And it's me, Leslie, and Meg. We sitting on here getting this information, speaking with others. Like I said, they call themselves doing an injustice to Eric, but during that injustice, they release so much information that is ridiculous. So go ahead, Meg.
And Mom, do you want to talk about the update on Eric? Because we took last week off just to gather our thoughts and, really think about the situations that we've been faced with. But do you want to give our audience an update on your situation and what you endured and how they treated you whenever you went and talked to the district attorney?
First of all, I didn't even know that it was going to be a press conference until the night before. And I found that out through a media leak, that it was going to be a press conference the night before at about 11 o'clock at night. I found that out. The attorney was already in the building. Okay. When you're talking about attorneys and DAs and things working together, we had been outside over an hour. No one had been in that building. And the attorney was already in there with the DA. She said that it will only be Eric's mother and I that can come. Just so happened we were setting up for a rally. So I had other people that were there and prepared, even though they didn't know they can go in. So she didn't catch me just with me and the mom, because you would have had me and the mom face against all those medias. And the fact that you bringing me in your office for a meeting just to tell me that you're not going to charge the officer and that you found out my son stole a car. You didn't show any proof for it, but I don't want to incriminate him. Incriminating him is one thing, but
she justified his death.
Justified his death?
That's worse than incriminating somebody.
That's worse than incriminating. What could you do? Show it if you got it.
Right.
We're not hiding anything. We said if Eric was in a stolen car, then charge Eric. Don't shoot Eric. That's what it's been the whole time. Where's his charges? If he did it, where's his charges?
Yep.
Stephen had 7 charges. 7 charges. If Eric would have been charged for a car or whatever, because you wouldn't have been able to charge him for guns in a gun law state, which the guns weren't even his, but you wouldn't have been able to charge him for guns in a gun law state, and Georgia does not require registration. License.
And what was also crazy to me was just the fact that they are swearing. So Mama was told months and months and months ago, right after Eric passed away, and I can attest to this because I've known of it. There was a police officer for Clayton County Police Department that came forward, and they told us exactly play by play how this was going to happen. They said they were going to use a multicolored gun, but they have no pictures of this documented gun. The pictures that were shown in the presentation that was presented to the media was a black gun. A black gun does not equal a multicolored gun. If anybody else saw it differently, please let me know, because I am interested in this multicolored gun. And go ahead, Mama, with you went in there, and so you wouldn't have known
in a multicolored gun too. So
you would have never. So you would have never knew that there was a press conference or a media release until you got there, right?
That's correct. I would have never knew. I would have never knew. All I would have known is that it was an appointment at 2 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, and that was it. I would have never known it was a press conference, not even by the attorney, who was already in the building at least an hour, we would say, before she even told me she was in there. But because I was outside, I knew.
That's crazy. That's some backhanded crap for real. Like, there's no other explanation or something to say about it other than it's backhanded.
They just crazy. The system is backhanded, and the more and more I learn, I'm just like, wow. And I was just speaking to someone, and I told them, they said, well, they tell people to be quiet because of the money, and you can mess up a silver case or you can mess up a case. I said, let me make it understood. I am not worried about a case.
Right.
I am worried about even the cases that was before my son's case that caused this case, and any injustice that comes his way.
Right.
If me talking is at the discretion of a civil, is only for a civil case to go by. You get what I'm saying? Or I gotta go. I'm scripted on what I say. Shall I say?
Right.
I gotta watch what I say for a case.
Right.
And guess what? There will be no case, because it showed you already doing what you want to do. Even when I told you gave 7 charges and it still ain't a case. So what we talking got to do with anything?
Right.
I'll keep talking.
And just for our viewers as well, I'll go live probably a little bit later tonight and discuss the video that was shown. I'm not going to do that, of course, with Mama on. But just give like what Tasha said.
I'm gonna get off, Meg. I'm gonna let y'all do that video. I need you to.
No, I don't even have it yet, so it'll be a little bit later tonight.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I don't want to.
No, you
save
definitely.
it for the next week, Meg.
Yes. Nope. For sure.
Because I wanted to go on one, even in talking about this corruption, but yeah, I don't want to be a part of the video, you guys. Right now, I am going to face the comment. I do ask that if you share it, you at least share it and explain the fact that you point out that there was no altercation, casual conversation. I ask that you share it. If you're going to share My Child Die, please share the truth.
Right, exactly. And he did not reach for a gun. He definitely was trying to shut the door. That was very, we could see that as well. So it does not make any sense. It does not just stealing a car does not justify being shot and killed at work at 19 years old, period. Explanation point.
By an officer who should have never been on the force, and that was also failed his firearm training, was not certified for several years in a row. Okay. And that is being covered up by this DA that you see on the stream that is working with her buddy of a lawyer that has been trying cases, defending cases out here in Clayton County, even though he was a judge before, has previous knowledge inside of this courtroom. How is you imagine his resources and defend cases?
Right. Could you imagine his resources in Clayton County? No wonder he's high profile and gets all these cases dropped, because all of these people are his friends.
Duh.
Exactly. Like, that is insane. Clayton County, you got to pay attention to who, you guys sit in office and in positions of power, because once you get so many people in positions of power, it explodes. And this is what happens. You as the community have unjust situations repeatedly, and patterns, like, they do not change sometimes. And this is obviously not changed since 1988 when this guy started being a lawyer.
Exactly, in front of one of my people, one of the people that, like I said, sometimes people can't speak out, but they'll send you something, and they'll let us know. So we got all kind of evidence, you guys, lined up going back for many years. If you see, he just sent me, if you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have a moral obligation to do something about it. And that comes from John Lewis. So if you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have a moral obligation to do something about it. And that's why I'm here. I'm not here for a podcast and none of that. I'm not here for anything extra. My son died. I'm here because I feel that had something, you get what I'm saying? And not to say everybody can't do it. I understand these people are crazy. I told you guys before, I've had someone to show up at my job, but before I let you strip me of my voice, you get what I'm saying? One thing about it, if you kill me, you can't kill the truth. At least I've been put it out. They're going to kill you anyway. You're going to kill me while I sit and suffer, while I sit and wait for you to do the right thing. So if I put in action while I wait for you to do the right thing, and then you come and try to kill me, at least the truth out. At least I told the world. And that's all it is. Like, they already killed my baby. I got another one here, and I'm going to stay with them, believe it. But I'm not going to hide the truth.
Right.
Let me see the last update he also gave me.
And what's so crazy, I want to add this as well. For Justin to be fired, so he was fired, but he was fired in lieu, or he got the option as a police officer to resign in lieu of termination, which still means the definition is he was fired in lieu of termination, or he had got to resign. So he kept his benefits, his 401k, all of that great stuff. And the fact that he resigned, quote unquote. So he none of those administrative disciplinary actions go, to another police department, wherever he chooses to work at after this. But what did he do wrong? That's just my question, to get fired. We know that
he broke the protocols. You remember he fired when he was not supposed to shoot at a moving vehicle.
So is that what they're saying? Like, I want to see what they say, because we know why he got fired.
Yeah, I got you.
But I'm wondering, like, what their reasoning is if they couldn't charge him criminally, because that doesn't make sense. If he broke protocols, then he broke the law as a police officer. So what is going on? Like, we as the community have to start asking these type of questions as to why this continues to happen. Jabril Robinson was running and got shot in the back of the head. Eric Holmes was at work and leaving because he was not under the influence, that he was being detained, and he gets shot and killed.
Yeah, he told him he was good on camera, so he let him walk away. And to my understanding, I guess you guys will go over that later, but when he made the first shot, when he shot Eric, that's when Eric took off. So your bullet made my son move, because the car door was open and his feet was out the car. So in my guess, and I don't know about y'all, but if you go to a car, your goal is to shut the door, not to sit in the car with your feet out the door and the car door open and you're going to pull off. So he didn't pull off until you shot the bullet.
Right. And he said, and it said in something, or maybe she said it, I've seen it somewhere, that he had, so they're saying that he had a hold of his left hand or right hand, and then the other hand steering wheel, but they're saying his left hand. So but he reached for the door with his right hand. So that part doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if we pay attention, and if the Department of Justice would come through, not just Eric's case, but all of these cases, and really go through them with a fine-tooth comb, I guarantee you that you will find years deep rooted corruption.
Just like with Chris Martin, those cases that he was the defense attorney for, that Tasha Mosley brought the charges against, all of those officers walked. This man was the defense attorney for those cases. We have 5 other cases in which he was defense attorney for, that all of the officers walked, and that Tasha Mosley was responsible for making them be, getting an indictment.
And the fact that in that other case where the female inmate was raped, he was the attorney and she was the district attorney. Imagine that. And now remember, guys, there's dash cam, there is, body cam footage, there's security. They actually had said in that article that there was security footage from a business nearby. So where's the lack of evidence? She's guilty every single time of lack of evidence. Guilty meaning Tasha Mosley, the district attorney for Clayton County.
Yes, and that's what she tell you guys in all cases. Just like in this case is where she brought the 7 charges. And she coming at them with full gusto charges. And you're doing that because you're trying to present everything that you're not gonna get indictments in. And then you say, okay, now I have a lack of evidence and no more evidence. I tried, case dropped. Well, you've had a tendency to do that, Ms. Mosley. You with all these cases with Keith Martin. Looks like that's what you guys are doing. You're just dropping the cases off, and he has all this history. I have to keep showing this to you guys because you got to understand what they're doing to us. This man, who's a lawyer in this county, has all of this. Everything you see is for Clayton County. He even has his firm in Clayton County because he's going to try the cases that come in Clayton County because he knows, hey, I got to have my office over here because I have
the judge and the jury, mama.
He the judge and the jury and the defense.
Uh-huh.
And Tasha Mosley is the cover up, just like she covered up those charges that happened at the Rainbow House. Tasha Mosley was the board chair.
And the main woman that was convicted of the sexual misconduct and the raping of the children, molestation, was the executive director. The board chair and the executive director work very closely together. There's no way, and this is not reaching whatsoever. There is absolutely no way. I've said on a large bail fund, the president, vice president, they work hand in hand. Executive director and the board chair will work hand in hand. There's absolutely no reason that Tasha did not know about this.
Congratulations to District Attorney Tasha M. Mosley on her appointment as board chair for the Rainbow House. So she's the board chair for the Rainbow House, where what happened at the Rainbow House? We had those images where they were arrested for a sexual molestation cover-up. Tasha was the board chair. Here goes, you guys. Board chair. District Attorney Tasha Mosley. They currently have a child molestation cover-up going on. I know myself of a charge that was presented of a case, not a case. I know myself of a complaint that was given to the Rainbow House in 2019. I know a couple complaints that was given to the Rainbow House that never got answered. Never got answered. And while you guys are waiting, we are discovering. Wow. Meg, I love y'all. I think we've given them enough information for the night.
Yes, I'm with you.
If you think of anything else, Leslie, you do your thing as always. Thank you for the information that we've given. Thanks to everyone that's helping. Thanks to our new one of our new whistleblowers. And thanks to you, lady. Thanks, lady, for trying to embarrass me on the news. Now you got everybody calling with your dirt. Thank you.
Yes, honey.
You were the mama. You was going to catch me off guard, wouldn't you? But what you didn't know is I was already prepared for you, baby. I was already prepared, and my footstep was already ordered to work on you because I knew what time it was. Yeah. I didn't know that it would be, though, me going against or exposing some things about you that's been bad. Man, we got so many years to go on you. You just don't know. You just don't know. My goal is to have you removed so that the people of Clayton County can get the justice it is they deserve. Because had they gotten the justice, Tasha, and all these other cases, it wouldn't even be a Eric Holmes. I wouldn't even be asking anyone to say my son's name. But it's all the injustice. It's you and what you and these others have been doing to cover up that got me here now. And I'm going to be the one to expose you. We're going to be the one to call you out, and we're doing it right now. Rainbow House, you guilty. You were the board chair. What about those 5 officer involved cases, Tasha, that you and Keith handled? All of them gone? Oh, yeah, I can smile with you too. Get her off the stream, man. Let's go. She got me feeling some type of way, like, for real, for real. You wouldn't understand the feeling of looking at her and seeing the corruption, and then she did it to my baby.
Right.
And now I have to find out all this. We're not going to do it. Get up off the stream. Let's please close out.
Yes. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us. Stay blessed, everyone.
Tell me how you gonna act like these black lives don't matter. Like that could have been your sister or your brother. I was trying to tell you to hold on. Hold on.
Justice for Daquarius Gilbert. Can't forget, won't forget, justice for Daquarius Gilbert.